Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show match. I am Genie7, joined by Bowser, and we've got a great best of 9 here for you. We've got Cascade Duck Crew versus Unlucky. Bowser, can you tell me anything great about these two teams?
I'm learning about them right now. These are new names to me, of course. I don't get to commentate EU as much, but Unlucky and Cascade are both Division 4 rivals. And it's a long friendship. So this isn't like we're not throwing salt at each other right now. This is like these are friends, longtime rivals. They've been playing each other for a very long time. But very recently, where did my notes go? Very recently, one of the teams won the Division 4 champion that is Unlucky. So they currently have the title, so to say, right? So this isn't quite a title match, but one could say that you want to win this one. You want to run it back.
Yeah, because there's nothing that'll be able to take away that Ludi championship, as that's our Splatoon's premier seasoned event where you get that championship, you get to keep that trophy. But this show match would help a little bit for Cascade Duck Crew to really solidify themselves and Unlucky to be really good rivals for each other.
Yeah, and of course this started in Splatoon 2, right? So it's always fun to watch those rivalries change when the game does, because as we've mentioned probably a million times, right? The game went from very defensive to very aggressive, and that changes the way you fight people. And I think aggression gets to show a lot of the flavors of a team. It can really show you what they're capable of. So I think it's always fun to see, like, where's the rivalry at now that you have these new tools.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see what these teams are going to be rocking in on this Game 1 Splat Zones. I do know that we are a little bit fearful of the double charger comp. We are going to see if that is going to be what they are going to be bringing out. One charger that's going to be Eeltail and Yoshid on that Explo for the counter. No missiles coming out of that side, so I'm interested, because those were another thing that people had been talking about before.
Yeah, there's I'm not seeing it. No Tenta missiles. It's a little strange, but probably not a bad pick if you play it right. And I think Crab Tanks and Zukas do a pretty good job of eliminating any immediate threats. Oh, what a shot coming through our 52 gal player here. First control going to yellow team right now.
Yeah, and they're going all the way up onto that plat, trying to take away that space. The double splash wall comp is a comp that doesn't usually get used on some Splat Zones maps. Haven't seen it since the Port Mackerel days. And I believe we will be having a little bit of a reset here, as we are having a DC. But that is A-okay. We get to talk about the comps, we get to see the comps, and we get to get through it together.
You know what weapon I don't get to see enough, and I'm really happy to see it here? Squeezer. Squeezer's strong. Like, there's no ways, like, you don't see Squeezer's K and go, like, there's no way that weapon isn't strong, but I don't see it enough. Like, whether I'm playing ranked or I'm watching tournament, there aren't a lot of dedicated Squeezer players, so I'm gonna have to keep my eye on Degno, because that sounds fun.
Yeah, Degno doesn't really care about their finger, I guess, at all, because from somebody who has who loves the Squeezer, loves playing the Squeezer, the problem with it is that I can play it for about half an hour, and then my finger wants to fall off.
Yeah, I
that's the problem.
Can't do it. It's a huge problem, because like I love that weapon, but like you can't double tap like a brush, because you lose a lot of accuracy or like stability in your controller when you double tap with two fingers. So when I play Squeezer, I just kind of deal with the fact that I'm not going to mash my fastest and just land my shots. That's great when I land my shots, but when I don't, it feels pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's I've had that as well. I really was enjoying playing it. Just before we were live, there's mincemeat clams. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play Trizuka. I'm gonna play that Squeezer. I've been enjoying it, because my favorite sub is Splash Wall. So seeing double Splash Wall on a non-Port Mackerel, non-Camp Triggerfish map, and actually in Splatoon 3, is really interesting, because it kind of gets shredded by burst bombs. Don't really care about it. Most bombs really don't care about splash rolls. They just shred through you. And crab tank is another thing that splash roll doesn't really help you do. You kind of just fall over before that happens. But we weren't seeing crab tanks really at all. So besides the regular splat dualies coming out of Cobb.
But on the same front, I guess, to put a little spin on it, Splash Wall in the middle of a duel when unexpected provides a really massive sudden advantage.
So
and I feel like how many people are running Object Shredder in this game, right? Like that's something I don't see very often. So I'm curious, like, okay, so how easily can you actually get through that Splash Wall? How effectively can you deal with it? And I think that's pretty important. And compositions are the same, of course. I'm really interested in watching the Explosive player here. I haven't been paying enough attention to the Explosive players, and they make some really incredible plays.
They do, and they help their teams support a lot. They're not the fraggiest weapons in the game, but they do support more often than not. As we see, Cascade Duck Crew are going to be the first ones to fall. Yoshel on this Eeler just staying back, allowing their teammates to get those Trizuka shots off. It really caused a lot of damage on the side of Cascade Duck Crew.
And from what I read from our briefing, I believe everyone who holds a charger on both these teams, I assume, but on Unlucky is incredible. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the E-Leader can do.
Here we go. Els is going to go find Tomorrow with one splat. Tries to find some more, but smartly backs up. Doesn't want to go to U-turn. They are just going to be there with the Exploser. And Yoshi coming up with another splat. But watching out for player X, who's got that Killer Whale coming out from that 52 gal. Behind their splash hole, but gets pincered down by 3. Unlucky is now on the back foot, but they're still in control of the zone. How long will it be until Cascade Duck Crew can get this zone? And they finally got it. But it did cost them some members.
Yeah, it cost them some members, unfortunately. Oh, and it's costing them a few members now that Inkzuka putting in work. Never mind. Unlucky with a retake. Oh my god, looking like professional Valorant right now. They took that point back so fast. Like, that was incredible. I was going to say, like, it cost them too many members, and Unlucky was just able to get right back in there and clean up house. That was beautiful.
Yoshel here with this sniper. The E-Leader wants to help protect their Trizuka user, who does fall because there was no paint on below the feet. But that trade comes out from that X-Splasher. Unlucky's going to be backing off as just Yoshel alive on that sniper. And you can't really hold on alone with a sniper.
No, you can't. And you know what? They're sitting pretty now. They have some pressure forward. And they didn't have a big penalty, so they just need to get the point back, right? Cobb goes down. Unfortunately, there are no trades, no nothing. But hopefully with any luck here, this is where they can even things back up. Oh my goodness. No.
No, I'm scared for the DC on the squeezer. But so far, so good. Unlucky, they're trying to make their way in. They've used 2 specials. They get 1 splat for it, forcing the members of Cascade Duck Crew back on this backside of the zone. Tomorrow should be very close to their bubbler. Yoshid is popping that rainstorm to keep this zone in control of Cascade Duck Crew. Looking for Yoshel. Yoshel and Yoshid trying to go for a fight, but that rain cloud's going to cause a lot of damage. Trizuka's coming out for Unlucky. Lots of specials from both sides. Player X trying to go in on this right side. The zone is still capped for Cascade Duck Crew. They need to find their way. Unlucky needs to find their way on the zone. Player X is causing a lot of damage. Just going to be Cobb on this right side here. Left with this Crabless Doolies on the side. Jump out, and the zone will be capped for Unlucky.
Yeah, not bad from Unlucky there. They did get it. Good plays, good movement, of course. And they don't have that many points to go through right now, so Cascade's going to have to get in here pretty quickly and make something happen. They do have a bubbler up ready, so maybe they can use that aggressively and force a play.
We will see in a moment as player X is just sharking below this main plat. Sees Cobb fall down, tries to go for the splats, but can't get the 52 shots to land. Then they get a Tomorrow, but fall down to the Expo. The Expo will be able to cap that zone, and just going to be that Squeezer who has to jump back and who has to reset. Both these teams, they're trading back and forth.
Yeah, they are. And I was going to say, I really like the Explosion taking this mid position, but an E-Leader coming through immediately clearing out the space. Not having your support's a pretty big deal here. I think that's going to really allow Unlucky to start moving in here, and Player X making that happen immediately with the 52 gal. I've been very impressed with Player X so far. Their entry game pretty on point right now. They're winning duels and causing problems. Love to see that.
You'll have to. And we're under a minute left. That Killer Whale can cause a lot of distraction and a lot of chip damage before Cascade Duck Crew can come in, and that's exactly what it's going to be doing. Not too many specials online for the defense of Unlucky, but Cascade Duck Crew, they're the ones with the specials. They're the ones who are going to be able to cap the zone. It's going to cost them a few specials, but they will be A-okay with that. They have not lost anyone yet. They have to survive through this Trizuka. There's going to be another trade, but there's another Trizuka available for Unlucky, but that one falls as well. Player X finds Cobb on this left side, looking for Tomorrow. Tries to find Tomorrow, but can't because we are in today. Player X is still just scrapping around on the zone, doing so well to live, allowing their teammates to jump back into their sniper, and the zone still in control of Unlucky, but this time they can't give it up.
I was so unprepared for the tomorrow statement. Wow, no, and Unlucky, right? This is their chance. They're going to break through this point barrier. This is such a close match, but with 5 seconds left, they got to hold it here, and that Trizuka's done. So that is the end of that pressure. Oh my goodness, they're still in control. That's it. Oh my God, they barely squeezed that one out.
Unlucky. They capitalize on that final fight. They capitalize on those overtimes. They capitalize on their Trizuka shots being able to land. And with the skillfully placed shots being able to land, the splats going into their favor, allowing them to control that zone for long enough to get their penalty gone and take that lead. Amazing game one. I'm so excited for this best of 9.
Yeah, this is a best of 9, and we have a lot of matches here. We have a lot of maps here. You can all see them here. I mean, we're in for a treat. And Inkzuka, right? Like we know what delays look like, right? You throw a rainstorm with some Tenta missiles, you'll scare people, you'll scatter them, they'll bait the rockets. 14 players, where you at? But I mean, to land your Inkzuka shots as your form of pressure is like another level of flex. Like, hey, we need to stop them from coming in. Oh, what if I just don't miss? Like, oh, okay, bet. Like, sure thing, that'll work. Great plays from Unlucky there. And we're moving into some tower control on Art Academy.
Tower control, Inkblot, Art Academy. I'm a little bit interested to see what the Trizukas are going to be using. On Rainmaker and Clamblitz, I think Trizuka is really strong. I feel Trizuka is stronger. Like for Crab Tank versus Trizuka, the debate, that has been a little bit of a debate going around the community for a little while now. Rainmaker, Trizuka's better. I still feel in zones, Crab Tank is better, which is why we've seen a lot more Crab Tank, because the Trizuka is just a lucky shot. But I don't think either of them are overly oppressive. They can still eliminate anybody they want to on tower control. But I feel like Big Bubbler is like the king special in this mode.
Yeah, it's 100% the king special in this mode. And not to keep making Valorant references, but like if you have a lineup with a tank, right? Like or Trizuka, right? Like you get a lineup and here comes the tower. If there isn't a bubbler on there, goodbye. Your whole team's gonna go down.
I do have lineups for Marker on the Pro. Yeah, they're really fun. It's simple geometry. You think shock darts and from Valorant, and then you also think scatter arrows from Overwatch, and then I'm like, Marker Pen is what I've been dreaming of.
Rest in peace, scatter arrow.
Let's just say the hero's been in a better place since his only utility wasn't on a 7-second cooldown.
Oh, don't let your friends be Hanzo mains in Splatoon 3. And we go.
Hey, whoa, I like Tri-Stringer. You like Tri-Stringer. We're both Hanzo mains at the end of it.
Don't tell anyone. What do we got for comms here? I don't think we're going to get our double charger. No, we're not. I don't think you'd want to bring double charger here. I love this. I'm not sure if it was you or NM I was talking to about this, but heavy splatlings. I love seeing them on this map because it's a really good splatling map.
As somebody that has a lot of hours on heavy splatling, I could agree, but this current splatling kit is not it on tower control.
Okay, fair enough.
The weapon itself, very good. The kit has a lot left to be desired, and also the fact that charger is on the other side. And splatling, charger, they aren't friends.
Yeah, but on this map, you can definitely make it work. It's short range enough. There are a lot of good, wonderful places for the heavy to set up, and right now. Cascade set up pretty well
on this one. We're going to be seeing this ink fact probably coming out from the side of Unlucky to see if they can slow down this push. Lots of pressure. 3 members of Cascade Duck Crew all the way up in this bats area. L's is trying to fight inside of that ink fact, but can't find anything. Falls to it. Ink fact shot is going to go for an air mail, but it somehow hits the heavy with over on top of their head. I thought I was giving them a haircut, but it splats them right in the face.
Oh my god, you love it when it swishes, right? What a shot. I was really worried about that play. There was a 1-for-1 trade, and I was like, oh no, like is Unlucky pushed in here, but then Unlucky they killed everyone. Everyone's splatted. There's nothing left. And I love to see that. And now Trizuka going in, they're gonna be able to hopefully get some picks here. It doesn't look like anything, but Crab Tank's out. This is your chance to push, but you got to survive the onslaught of specials, of course.
2 splats through. Trizuka's not able to find anything out of that. Interestingly enough, Yoshell with that Inkvac should allow this second checkpoint to also have a lot of damage done. Big Bubbler has been used by Cascade Duck Crew. This ways are coming out. They know where the flank is. Tries to throw the bomb off the wall. Doesn't find Player X, but Player X will be falling anyway. Yoshell still has that Inkvac at the ready. Yoshi is just trying to fight into it, but you can't really fight into it as a heavy spotting. That's what. Watch over Els, and Els is going to try and take that fight, and they come up successfully. Jumps are in for Unlucky. They are going to be continuing this push. Trizuka is out. What kind of spots cannot find? Nothing, but it's caused a lot of distraction, and the third checkpoint will be falling for Unlucky. Amazing push for them as the reset will be coming out.
Yeah, that was an incredible play. They got about as much as they could out of that bubbler, and unfortunately, Trizuka missed a shot there, and the shot delay on that weapon pretty heavy when they went down. I wonder if they could have made it all the way in if that Trizuka shot got landed, but now it's Cascade's turn to do some damage here as 3 players go down on Unlucky for the 1 on Cascade. Those are the kind of trades you like to see, and of course, you got to clap back. Oh my lord.
Cobb falls to the sniper shot. That's not a splat that you want to have happen for Cascade Duck Crew. They had the member advantage. They had pretty much all those specials at that ready. And that's a difficult one to swallow. And another one, the sniper just showing why it is, honestly, a little bit superior to the heavy on this map mode combination at this current moment in time. Until heavy gets splash wall, then we can talk.
Yeah, we can talk. Listen, all you got to do is land your shot, right? You land the shot, nothing else matters. And Yoshell making that look easy right now. This is some fine Charger play right now. I'm curious right now if Cobb's going to be able to survive this fight. Does get the splat on this.
Oh no, they're going to get shredded.
So got the booyah off.
Yeah, but that's not a situation that they wanted to go in. You need to have your members alive, especially your machine, because a lot of that damage and punish off of these burst bombs, these splat bombs, and the spotling is just general chip. And now that we see Cobb back in the fight, that's exactly what you need from your machine. Your machine in this team is your spirit, and especially with splats like that.
Yeah, they just make so much room for your team, and it is unfortunate if your team can't capitalize off the booyah bomb. It's essentially a dead player and a dead special. So, but look at this push. They're at the checkpoint. Do they have a bubbler? No, they don't. They have a crab tank. We're gonna see if Uton can get anything started with that right now. Oh, and we are getting something started with that. This could be the play. That is 3 players down. The redeploys are coming in, but they gotta get there so fast. There's no bubble, but it doesn't matter. They walk it all the way in without it. Wow. Goddamn, that was a very good push.
Amazing push, amazing special coordination, amazing just snowball potential. I saw Tomorrow, the junior player, was the one on the front line. Why? How? But you know what? Who needs a front line when the junior is just your front line? Really.
I know at least 2 junior players that live and die on the front line. So, you know what? I think it's the spirit of junior players. They wish they were on the front lines.
Yes. But that snowball, that push, using the specials at the right times to coordinate this. And both games have been really deep leads all the way into the 20s for both teams. And those leads of being into the 20s were not safe. The other team was able to come back in them. Much later on in the game.
Yeah, and I think that crab tank too was the pressure that was needed, right? Because you can't really mess with a crab tank that's in a good position, right? If that lineup's good and they have everything going for them, it's just an endless stream of ink. Like, there's nowhere safe to go. You might get the crab tank player to back off, but like they're just gonna start lobbing bombs. Like, it's a ton of pressure when used correctly, and I would say that was just about perfect. Now this is Duck's pick going to Rainmaker and Undertow. I remained one of the only people that loves this map. I'm really excited about this, of course. How are you feeling about it?
But this next map, I'm feeling good. I think I like Undertow on Rainmaker the most. Maybe Clam Blitz, but Clam Blitz can get a little bit claustrophobic if I'm not playing a backline.
Yes, it does. I
don't know. My opinion of maps has changed because I said, what's so bad about mincemeat clams? Because I always played either bow, sniper, or splatling. What's so bad about it? Because I'm so used to just staying alive in clam blitz all the time, and no one, like, that's how the game is. But then I played 52 Gal today, and I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I can't move. I throw a splash roll. I get splatted. I won the game in the 7th minute, but, you know, you have to play all the weapons to really understand how fun the maps are. To be a frontline on this Rainmaker map, I don't think it is fun.
I'm chaotic. I think it's my time with learning entry in Call of Duty, playing SMG, is why I love the chaotic map layouts like this. I think it just changes a player when you have to deal with that game's competitive layout. Well, let's look at these teams though. The Heavy's back.
This map is so fun to play heavy on. There's some grading, there's that mid, which you can just go up and down. There's some cover for you. Rainmaker is probably the middle, and we also see tomorrow getting those Dapple points in to get because they have that Dapple dualies.
Yeah, we love Dapple dualies here.
We definitely love Dapple dualies here. We also love drinks, as NM's document is out, 7-page document. Go to Twitter / I don't know what NM's Twitter is.
So yeah, no, really good document on Dapple dualies. If you ever want to get into a weapon, that's a very good document. Look at tomorrow right now. Making it happen today with the dualies. Love to see that. It's a good Dapple play. It's terrifying. This is one of the scariest weapons to ever have walk up on you.
And then they're just gonna go. Look at how fast they're moving with this Rainmaker. That run speed, that swim speed, that mobility, allowing those Rainmaker to just run all the way up to the top left. And the Spotlight, even though Yoshin falls, they're back again now.
Yep, they're back that quickly. They're going to redeploy right now. That's the beauty of it, right? Unfortunately, that was the most tragic moment to realize you're too close to that suction bomb. Oh my goodness.
What a play from Tomorrow. Tomorrow saw that the ink vac was coming out and said, I'm going to shoot in this ink vac and make it used, because they allowed Cobb to throw that Booyah Bomb, get two, and get that checkpoint. Amazing big brain play. Instead of waiting out for that ink vac, just firing it so it gets too full and has to explode.
And Yoshi right now trying to play a really terrible position. You play for as many points as you can there. What a shot from Yoshel, though, making sure we don't get too far in. That's 28 points away from the goal. That's a huge lead, and Unlucky's not going to have a pretty rough time matching that one, because, again, that choke gets pretty dangerous. Backside push has gotten so popular, too. Oh, look at the Splatling player. Are they going to be able to survive? No, they are not. What a shot coming from Player X.
Player X, but Uton finds two with their Trizuka. Both teams, the Splats being traded out, but always in favor of Cascade Duck Crew, because Unlucky needs to be clean with their pushes back. They have a long way to go. We've seen it already in these first two games, that no lead has been safe, even if it's all the way down to 28.
Look at Cobb's position here. Booyah Bomb ready. No one knows. This is huge. Oh no! Huge tap, unfortunately, but still picks up one more. One from behind. We're going to armor through that with the Booyah Bomb. Hopefully you can slay out here. The Booyah Bomb doesn't really work as intended as a kill, but let me tell you, it kept you alive. And if Cobb finds another one, can you make this push on Player X? Oh, good night. No, not with the Inkzuka there.
Inkzuka coming up with two, but Cobb coming up with highway robbery on those splats. Should not have been able to live. Yeah, should not have been able to stay alive in that situation. L's is going to find some more trades in mid. Cobb's going to find that trade. Again, both teams, these 1-for-1s. 1-for-1 has been the name of the game, and showing you how evenly matched these teams are. One team gets an advantage, and they immediately lose it half a second later.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention it later, but the oh good Lord Yoshel, the seesaw of these this matchup, right? These teams are comfortably swinging back and forth on each other. And here's Unlucky's take. And I would not be shocked if this push gets us all the way into somewhere competitive, because, again, the back and forth here is incredible. And I mean, look at this. 2 players right now still left on Unlucky, and they're just holding on, and they're playing it to the best of their abilities. Like, they stay in, right? This doesn't ever look like a shutout, and it still doesn't, although this is a very scary looking push from Cascade.
Cascade, the thing is, they've got these dualies, they've got these beacons, so they can just keep running themselves at the members of Unlucky. Every time they're going to trade, every time that happens, exactly what Tomorrow just did right there, every single time, that is always in favor of Cascade Duck Crew, because they just have those respawns back in with the beacons and the tacticooler, and they have the lead. They have the lead. So as long as they keep the Rainmaker where it is now, they can win this game.
And with only 52 seconds left, too, it's looking like they might have it. I know not to count anything out in Splatoon. There comes the first splat to my commentator's curse, but this is a mode you never count out a game here. But that pressure, Cascade buying every single second they have. If you force Unlucky into a situation where maybe you get the Rainmaker, but they get one push out of it, all you have to do is land your shots, play your trades, and you should come out winning. But We're gonna have to see what happens here. That beacon is still alive. I'm a little shocked. No one's yeah, there's two.
There's two on our screen. That's hilarious, and they're just gonna keep jumping back in. The leaves are gone. Watch them. They're gonna respawn. They're gonna be right at that beacon. How many channel points do you want to bet on that one?
Yeah, how many? I bet all mine. I don't have that.
All of them?
I'll bet all of them. Yeah.
Oh, there they go. They jumped into it and they jumped out. They jumped back. That's hilarious. But we're in overtime here. We're in overtime. Unlucky. They have one last opportunity. They've got to live through all of these bombs. They have to find a way to watch out for this. The wave breaker, tomorrow, just everything. And tomorrow's still just under here. If tomorrow gets this, I'm going to be so upset.
Oh my goodness. Yo, Shell trying to survive there, but there just is not enough room. Probably had to jump off the platform and back onto the platform to survive a hit like that. What a job by Cascade there. I mean, right? Pushed them into the last moment. They had one push left, and then all you have to do is play for trades. Easy special trade. You're good to go. Cascade looking dominant that map.
Very. They never gave up anything at all. Just in the end with overtime, they want to play it safe. But the only points for Unlucky were 2. They were down to 98 for everything else outside of overtime. That's not really a way to play Rainmaker. And just being able to run it down. The Tacticooler Splatling versus a Charger. I don't believe Yoshell was running the what's that ability? Respawn Punisher. So every time that the Splatling got Tacticooler, they could grab the drink and just run at the Charger. You run faster. If you splat that Charger, that's great because the Charger's gone. If you get splatted, you jump back to the beacon really quickly because your Tacticooler buff.
Yep. It's the counterplay there is that you have to kill them twice in a row, and or you have to make them scared enough to approach that they want to do something else with their Tacticooler buff. And I haven't met a single person who isn't willing to go head first into something terrible while they have Tacticooler. So I think it's an excellent. I mean, I love seeing that on Rainmaker. I'd like to see that more places, honestly.
Rainmaker and Clamblitz are its two best modes. Tower control, it can't do anything because you can't move faster with the tower. The tower moves as fast as it goes. And zones, it's 50-50. You'd rather Big Bubbler. You'd rather another Crab Tank. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But Rainmaker and Clamblitz are Tacticooler's best modes. Rainmaker, you get a member back really quickly. If you lose a member on a push in Rainmaker or Clamblitz, the push can feel almost really difficult. Rainmaker is okay if you lose a member, but Clamblitz, you lose another player to throw clams in. You lose more momentum for pain. It really hurts you every time you lose a member. And Tacticooler completely negates that. Yeah,
for sure. And also, we're going to, again, one of my favorites, Hagglefish, Clamblitz here. It should be solid, of course. And with how these teams have been playing, and I feel like the standard stuff I see from Hagglefish, this should just be a good one. We're going to have to see if Unlucky's going to even it up, because Cascade's starting to get a little bit of insurance here on the scoreboard.
It's 2-1 of a best of 9, Bowser. If that's insurance.
You know what?
I hope the Swiss cheese insurance is doing you well.
Hey, it's pressure. You know what? If I've learned anything, it's pressure. People see numbers, and a lot of players get nervous when they see numbers. So if let's say Cascade wins this one, that's 3 in a row. That starts feeling pretty bad.
It's a best of 9. The mentality for a best of 9, I always tell people this differently. If you take 2 in a best of 3, you've won. If you take 2 in a best of 5, don't get reverse swept. If you take 2 in a best of 7, congratulations, you've had a nice little hot streak. 2 in a best of 9 will happen a lot. The momentum changes can go really, really, really quickly. Racking off 2 maps in a best of 3 is really difficult because that's the entire series. But a best of 9, you need multiple of those if you want to win. Because you never know how the maps can be advantageous for the other teams. And I feel like the longer you go in series, the more likely the teams will be able to adapt and make changes, and we'll be able to highlight these little mistakes. That's why I personally like the Ludi format and the best of 9 format more than any other tournament.
Oh, for sure. And I don't disagree with you. But how often do these players get to play in that best of 9 format? Because that's something I actually don't know.
When it comes to scrims, you don't really go as a best of 9,
right?
But, they're more or less preparing you for Ludi formats, especially when we get Ludi these teams. Well, we know they played in Ludi because of their history in Ludi against each other, and they've made both of them have made playoffs in long runs, so they've been used to that grind a week, play out 9 maps, and if you have 2 maps in the middle that you're not good at, that's okay. Make sure you have 3 maps down the line that you are really good at and that you have a really good set game plan for. Because it's not as it is two or 3 maps is really volatile in a best of 9 if your mental game isn't strong. And we can look at the bottom here. The picks and bans have gone in the favor of the team that have picked the maps. So I'm not worried for Unlucky. They've won their pick. They've got 2 picks coming up. They're the one that actually has more picks going down the line.
Oh, that's facts. No, I completely agree. Although I will say the tragedy is if you do lose on your own picks, that can always feel terrible. But again, this is maybe the one I wouldn't feel bad on. I feel like Hagglefish is a pretty understood layout. I think a lot of teams are very comfortable here. So I feel like if you did lose on this map, it wouldn't feel like horrible. But again, I think pressure in Splatoon has been something I've noticed that's had a pretty big effect on matches. So I'm always curious to see how it plays out. But I mean, I'm very much sure I'm wrong here. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Also, Clan Blitz. Most of the time, I say Splatling is better than Sniper on Clan Blitz, Splatling is better than Sniper on Clan Blitz. But this is not. Oh wait, we don't have a Sniper. We've got the X-Blow. This is an amazing Sniper map. I'm confused why Yoshi wants to swap off on it.
I wonder if it's because of vulnerability. Like, are you worried something will happen to your Sniper, or if you lose your Sniper, or how much pressure is that you lost, or do you feel like they don't provide enough pressure? Maybe these teams want something more aggressive that provides a little more upfront pressure. I'm not sure.
I'm interested for that as well. This crab tank from Utah is going to be coming out, but it's being flanked from that right side. Lots of pressure coming out from Denango, and they've got that trade coming out from both these teams. Wow, Yoshel on that top ropes, getting those big expo lobs down.
Yeah, that was a ton of damage coming through. There was nowhere safe to go there, unfortunately. Just a mid battle though right now. We're gonna have to see. We got some specials up. Splatling's gonna go down. Wavebreaker, maybe try to make some pressure, force them out of those corners, which is a really nice use of that, I think, by the way, to like kind of shove teams out of corners. There are 3 people ganged up on that one side. They're starting that push. Let's see if they can make anything happen.
Yoshi with that Splatling has to watch out for this Rain Cloud and the Expo shots coming down. A lot of chip damage, and a member of Unlucky on that right side. Being able to live for now is great, allowing this their team to support them from around. Cobb taking out L's on that Trizuka rocking. What is that? I was gonna call it T-Tech, but it's not T-Tech yet, is it?
No, it's
Splatter Shot. Oh yes. I love we call it K-Tech for Kensa Splatter Shot, but yeah, we're gonna actually have T-Tech in the game soon, but we're not at chill season yet as much as I'd like us to be. We're in this great show match.
I was saying K-Gal coming out of Splatoon 2 for the 52 gal, so I get that. Okay, LZ getting tomorrow. Oh, unfortunately not getting the read on Utan's movement there, and we'll go down. That was a really nice splat actually coming from Cascade. And no one scored. We have 3 minutes on the clock. I don't think I've ever seen a Clan Blitz match that's taken this long to score.
We've got time to talk. This is a little bit of a podcast. Tomorrow's going to go in and get one splat, but it has to back out because the rest of the members Unlucky are going to defend their goal. Wait, we might actually have something here. We might have some juice. If Tomorrow gets this big bubble right below the basket, I don't know if that's close enough, but it should be close enough to get the throw-ins with the jump-in. Yoshi able to finally get this lead, and we will not be going into the 8-minute mark this today.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's pressure on the board. It's something that's going to allow Cascade to say, hey, Unlucky, it's your turn. They can set up another push, extend that lead, and Unlucky's gonna have to get something started, because if you went 2 minutes through the match not doing anything, you're gonna have to make something happen. And then we get in the crab tank, and once again, not Utan, excuse me, Player X going absolutely ham. Uto was the person who used the crowd tank in Art Academy. So.
Yes, but they actually come up with that burst bombs from across the map. Utom does, getting the trade and stopping player X from throwing that power clamp in. Unlucky being reset. They have one power clamp still at the ready. It is just going to be back in their base. And tomorrow, this is the 4th time in this series that Tomorrow's just like, all right, I'm pushing.
Yeah, tomorrow goes where tomorrow pleases. That's what I've learned. Like, tomorrow can just move. See, this is what I'm talking about. The junior players that want to go in will go in. They just go, this is my spot. Too bad. And it is too bad. Unlucky had a really nice setup for the push there, and unfortunately, losing it all there. Losing the ball. No, I mean, there's plenty of clams, but not like that.
That's a power. And in this game, because 7 is the most you can hold, the maximum you can really throw is 21. One less than a power clam. It was a lot more than that. It was you could throw 30 clams in if you had 9 clams in your inventory. 27.
Math. Ugh.
But now in this game it's only 21, so losing a power clam is like the most clams you can really lose.
Yeah, and of course it's what starts your goal, so if you lose that, it's you don't have the same kind of pressure that you might have had a moment ago. But Unlucky, 40 seconds left. They can definitely make another push, right? This is Clan Blitz. You have a big overtime timer, but oh my god, Cobb found that sloshing machine shot from underneath. Sneaky little flank there to play. The
timing is low, and if Cascade Duck Crew gets a good push in here, Tomorrow does fall. If Cascade Duck Crew gets a good push in here, that could really put a wrench in Unlucky's plans, because Unlucky need a power clam made in the next 15 seconds, and then it's dangerous because they're just losing their members left and right.
Yeah, and there's a rain cloud out. They're throwing everything they possibly can to move in.
They need a clam,
but they need a clam. It's that's so. I assumed there was overtime. I was like, right, yeah, get your clam, but there wasn't a lot of scoring that match. So like, you didn't get that many freebies. That's just that's tragic. I mean, you got one, right? That is. I mean, great stuff, but I feel so bad for Unlucky there, because it felt like last game they also kind of got locked out of their pushes and weren't able to make anything happen, and then once again sort of getting locked out of any pressure this whole match.
That was the differential in that one was a lot closer than the Rainmaker game. That one was a power clam and a singular regular clam. That was the only difference. And in the last 30 seconds of a game, you have to know objective is how you win. In Clam Blitz, you have to collect enough clams to make a power. You had 30 seconds to figure out a way to do it. You can't wait until the last 5 seconds and have that timer up on your screen with that last 10 telling you, hey, you don't have objective. You should probably get an objective together here, people. And you kind of forget about the game, and if you forget about the game's over, and Cascade Duck Crew are up 3-1. This is a scoreline that I'm a little bit more worried about.
Yeah, see, that's more what I was alluding to, right? Is like, you don't want that pressure to get out of hand, and it's on your map pick, and yeah, maybe it's a map everyone knows, but honestly, I was expecting some more of the closeness from the earlier games. So it wasn't, though. It was a little bit, it was a little bit harder. I mean, it was a stalemate, excuse me. Like, they didn't push that hard, or they didn't, not push that hard. They didn't score that much, right? There was one score that whole match. So like, that might take some momentum out of your sails, but now you have to go back to tower control, which I'm sure Unlucky's fine with, right? But that's the scoreline where I feel like they're gonna start feeling pressure. You're right.
Yeah, I'm worried about tower control here, but I definitely think it's gonna be in Unlucky's favor. This tower control on Eeltail, their comp feels like it's the comp that will have more success here. We'll see when we get into the game, but we're back into those modes that were a little bit closer. Clan Blitz was close, but it was like the zones in the tower control game. Those more stationary objectives. Zone stays where zone stays, and tower control has to be on this little track because Rainmaker and Clan Blitz go where they want to.
Genie, I know what it was. I know what it is. It's not that the last match, the Hagglefish match we just watched, was like a hard match. It wasn't as swingy, because those first 2 matches were incredibly swingy, right? Like, we're talking like we had like teams were taking lead after lead and pushing and pulling, and it was like a normal flow. And then the last few maps, there wasn't that flow, and I think that's what has me a little concerned, just because it's like the inertia of the back and forth has stopped.
I agree with you. That was a great take. It was a really good take. And I'm these Trizukas are so difficult to get a lot of value. If it's a comfort pick, go with it. But it's a little. They can be a little bit like praying to get the 7s in Vegas and try and get the casino to roll right for you.
Yeah, I feel like a tower control. If you know how to shoot a Trizuka, I feel like you can kind of reliably hit the tower pretty well. And it's got some pretty thick hitboxes, so it's a little hard to dodge, right? But you're right, it's not my preferred weapon for this mode if I had to pick one. And oh my god, look at Cascade right now. Oh no, wait, there's a DC. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a little bit of a DC. We've got the comps coming. We've got the comps here for us. But there is gonna be a DC. I was gonna say Elsa's just absolutely took the Wavebreaker like a champ, and like was looking at the ground, shooting ink into one specific spot, and the Wavebreaker splatted them. So I knew we were gonna have a reset.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that's just not something you see unless there's gonna be a DC, and this is right at the beginning of the match, so I feel like it's okay.
What do we call it when a Wavebreaker takes someone out? I feel like that's gotta have a name, like a wave bonk. Like, what is that called? When you actually die to Wavebreaker? A tsunami.
It's a tsunami. I don't know. I always say they didn't play jump rope, or they
bad at Mario Party.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're bad at Mario Party. Or Bowser the Revolution. You know, Bowser Revolution happened. You know?
Oh.
You know? Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. No. I every time I die to a Wavebreaker, I have to like just sit back in my seat for a moment and be like, what happened? Where did I go wrong in life? Where were the mistakes I made that led me to this point?
It's like it feels like it's like when you fall to a chicken, like the auto bombs. It's just like, you know what? It does damage. It is eventually going to get us. Or like when you get splatted by Rain Cloud, even though you know it's like coming. It's just like, there's a lot of other things that led up to the situation. But if you get splatted by all 3 Wavebreaker hits and just nothing else, I wanted to say skill difference. That's all I can say.
Skill issue.
That is skill issue if I've ever seen one. But yeah.
All right, same comps, of course. No one's going to be changing here. Again, I'm happy to see the squeezer coming out. Inkwall here seems like a pretty good use of the sub.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! I'm lucky.
Oh my
they're
god!
They're getting run through at the moment. Player X is in the same spot that they started off the last game, with being forced out because every single one of their teammates has been sent so far back. U-turn on this crab, throwing out all these expo shots, throwing out those long range shots, helping their team to get some splats. First checkpoint is gone. Second checkpoint has been rinsed almost all the way through on the side of Cascade Duck Crew. They should be able to get back on it. Can they rinse through it? And they have all the way through the second one. And the rest of the members of Unlucky are sent back to spawn. This is snowballing out of control.
Yeah, no, 3 down right now. Squeezer coming in now, but then the charger goes down. This is looking horrifying if you're Unlucky. You got to make something happen right now, and there's a Booyah Bomb that's going to help prevent that. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, can you do anything to stop it? Oh,
I think they can. They're on it. No, they can't. Cobb gets a splat, and that will be game. Oh wow. My goodness, Cascade Duck Crew.
Okay, so now that I feel horrible about my commentator's curse of saying the pressure was on, this is terrifying. Something's gotta change, right? You gotta take a little time out. You gotta talk to your team. What's happening to us? Because that's not just unfortunate. That's a tragedy.
Yeah, that's coming out strong was Unlucky in that game 1, and then there was no answer in that tower control game. That Rainmaker game wasn't close. We've had 2 coin flippy games in the middle there, but almost doesn't count in Splatoon. It's either you win or you didn't. Even if you're tied, Judd still declares a winner.
And going back on what I said earlier, if it was swingy, if it was like a real tug of war, then you know what? I would say sometimes in Splatoon, it doesn't matter you win or you lose. No, if there's momentum in every match, then I feel like a team can maybe take it with a clutch play or making a different decision or finding something to work for them. But this is this feels like a wall right now. And we're on to Cascade Duck Crew. So you lost on both the maps you picked, and now you have to play on their maps. Now, maybe that's the turnaround, right? Maybe Unlucky just wins on Cascade maps, but this is, I mean, we know it's MakoMart, right? Like everyone in this chat probably knows how this plays, but something's gotta change. Mako Clams is great.
I absolutely adore Mako Clams. It's one of my, if not my favorite Clamblitz maps. That and Kelpdome. But may she rest in peace, Kelpdome. Reincarnated as Scorch Gorge, but I love Clams Kelp. I love to play heavy splatting on it. I thought it was one of the best ones, the one heavy deco with the big bubbler splash wall. That's not in the game, but the weapon still is really strong here. If I am Unlucky, I am terrified of this. Good thing for them, though, is that I feel like the next 3 maps do lean a little bit more in their favor of what the teams have, like the team comps have been going with. I feel like the next 3. So all they have to do is get through this first one. I know that sounds like a lot, but the differential between having this as a 5-1 score line and a 5-4 score line, I feel is this Mako Clams game, honestly.
Yeah, and I hope this is where they turn it. And Mako is a place where I get to talk more about my favorite thing in this world, entry. Mako's got entry points. It's a lot of places to flank and cause problems, and I think this is a pretty decent map for allowing you to shake things up, and who knows, maybe Unlucky can get some splats in, get some nice picks, make some pressure on other parts of the map, and come together and score big. But yeah, I want to see how they're going to handle, and I'm very curious about the composition. Are they going to stay the same? How are they going to handle Mako? I feel like I would want to make some adjustments, at least to like the general strategy. But
Trizuki here can do a lot of work as well. The splash rolls are great. Crab Tank, when is it not good in this current meta? Outside of Stamper, Splatoon Stamper, that thing is the only thing that can really reasonably shut down Crab Tank very often because of how fast that thing shreds it. But neither team runs that, so Crab Tank is strong. Cobb's been running Booyah Bomb when they play that machine. There's really a lot of good things around that both teams have been running. So I feel like it's going to come down to similar to the Hagglefish game, but we'll have more scores. I feel like we're going to have at least 3 scores per side. Yeah, and if we don't have 3 scores per side, it's going to be like a lot of clams.
Yeah, I mean, MakoMart, like you better see some scores. It would have to be a very strange composition for this to not be an aggressive map with lots of scores and lots of splats. Like, I'm not sure what you would have to run to have a stalemate here. It would seem pretty difficult. And then, of course, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to it, is Scorch Gorge splat zones.
We're not guaranteed it because
we're not guaranteed it.
Cascade Duck Crew wins this, it's over.
It's over.
Get best of 9. If they get five on the board, you win.
That's a weird one though, right? Like that's sort of like I talk about Wahoo World a lot, being like you have to know the map. That's one where like I sure hope they've practiced that, because Scorch Gorge splat zones is strange and very difficult.
It's, for me, there's 2 options. There's lose the game or play leader. Lose the game or play leader. When I'm playing with my team, it's play leader or lose the game.
I was not expecting that, but it's really funny.
On Clamblitz and Rainmaker, it's a different story. On Zones, it's play leader or be ready to have as much quick respawn tetras as you can possibly think of.
It's so funny too, because even in like Turf War, the map is like it can still be pretty sniper heavy, but in Turf War you have the whole map to worry about, right? So like, you can play around a sniper, but in Zones, the leaders can just hold every angle all the time. You're never safe, and if you don't want to cross that wall, you won't win the map. Like
you have to either if they're sitting top mid, you have to commit a special, or your own leader, which is a skill matchup, which often favors the person in mid because they know that the other leader is going to have to be rotating around, or you send 3 members knowing that one of them at least are falling. If not,
someone's going down. Yeah,
somebody's going down. And then your best case scenario, you're in zone in a 2v3 scenario. They don't have an E-leader, but they still have 2 other members on zone. That doesn't matter if they could be splashes with crab tanks. You got to be juniors with big bubblers. You haven't fought them yet, but it's a bad situation if you don't have an E-leader. It's a very I love Scorch Gorge. Is it good on spot zones? No.
It's volatile, right? It's an extreme map. I even like it in Turf War, but spot zones it's not it.
We did our poll here on Dapple after 20XX for the votes. Scorch Gorge Climb Blitz was actually the most voted for Scorch Gorge Climb Blitz map in the game. It was the favored Climb Blitz game thing in the mode because Charger doesn't feel as oppressive on it. Because Chargers have to move. There's a lot of more mobile options where you can go around a little bit on the outsides and the outskirts. The Charger just doesn't feel as oppressive. On zones, that's not the case. Not the case at all.
Yeah, there's see, it's so funny because I love the layouts too. Like, I wonder how splat zones on this map would feel with like the Clan Blitz layout. Or Rainmaker, or...
You mean two different zones? I think it would be cool, but I don't know. I think we're going into our Mako game here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that lobby reset, everybody. We started going ahead on ourselves, but here we are. We got a set stage for you. Cascade Duck Crew win this game. They win this show match.
Yeah, Unlucky really has to step things up right now, and they're gonna make it happen here. And it doesn't look like no composition change. So
leader on Clan Blitz is a little bit of a composition change.
Yes. Oh no, excuse me. It is a leader. I don't know what map I was thinking of. Yeah, no, leader for sure.
They're going to be playing to their strengths, Yoshel. Find Yoshi with that time. That is how you set the tone in this decisive game if you're unlucky. Setting that backline matchup. Oh, and another double over from Diego on this right side. It gets a triple. Massive opportunities. Just forcing the heavy to play all the way back. Scared of that E-leader.
And that kind of goes back to, it was the E-leader that pushed them to that side of the map. And then your team cleaned it up. I said Unlucky has to show us something, and that's one heck of a way to show us something. That's a great start here. LLZ causing some problems too right now. Well, that suction bomb placement. Gonna get some free space here, thankfully. Crab Tank gets popped by Uton. That's good. Get that special out of them. See if you can survive that. But this is a great start for Unlucky. Unfortunately, though, 2 of them go down right now. Let's see if they can hold off this offense as Uton starts pushing out of this box. Oh, another Crab Tank. Hey, look at that.
Wow, we must be playing Splatoon 3 in this patch. Crab Tank, no Crab Tank. But, I'm worried if you're Unlucky. Out and forced down, but spotting for Cascade Duck Crew is gone. Along with Cobb on that machine. Uton falls as well. Now just tomorrow. Not close, probably close to that big bubbler. Yes, they are, but have to force back. The bombs will be able to stall for a little bit, but they need to cause a lot more chaos.
They need to cause a lot more chaos. Those Inkzukas are going to help. The Wave Breaker's going to go down. That's going to let them push up a little bit closer, but not quite all the way. As they're going to have to find a way to open up this net soon. They have the clams. They're set up for a pretty big score right now, actually. They just need to find some way in. And that's always the difficult part here. Crab Tanks. Yeah, that might be the opportunity they needed. The Booyah Bomb comes out. That's going to force Crab Tank to...
Heavy's gone.
Actually, go away.
Top left is available. There's all 3 members of Cascade Duck Crew. If Unlucky sees this, they can go top left. That's exactly what they do. Great calls from inside of the team. Seeing their opportunity, seeing their opening, getting a score. Not many clams into the basket yet, but that's A-okay. They've got a score.
Oh, and you know what? Sneaking in a few more. That's the way you like to do it. There's the wipeout, of course, which is a little unfortunate. They're going to have to get back to that point really quick.
Oh, and they're going to lose lead. If Tomorrow just goes in there a little bit closer, pops that big bubbler down underneath that basket. No, Tomorrow's not going to. I thought that they had the opportunity for Cascade Duck Crew there.
Yeah, I thought so too. Maybe they thought there were too many there and they didn't have backup yet. And they want to hold the bubble for a confirmed push. And let's see if that risk is going to work off. There goes the bubble. There goes the point. And oh, this is going to be a huge score. 4 players down and you're still scoring. Just find some clams. Go on a little search. Scavenger hunt. See what you can
got the power climb as well. This will go all the way down to 18. Make that 12. 12 will be what the points are going to be at now here, because Yoshi's going to get that one in. They're 4 clams away from victory. Now that's just going to be down to 1 clam away from victory. Where can Cascade Duck Crew find this 1 clam? Can Unlucky stall? Can Yoshi find their way through? They're going to be trying to look for this left side. And where do they come from? The backside. And that's going to be game and series. Cascade Duck Crew coming out with the dominant 5-1 victory over Unlucky.
That was unbelievable. I mean, I really thought Unlucky had something started there. It was a slow start to the match. There weren't a lot of scores. We thought there would be a ton of scores going on. Unlucky had something started. It was good, but a wipeout is kind of your worst case scenario. But that hold on the junior to not pop that bubble early, wait for the team is a risk, but a risk that literally won them the series 5-1. That is dominant. If I've ever heard it. Unlucky started on a great foot, but 5 down. Like that, it was, and it's tragic too to watch the momentum swing like that. You think Unlucky's got a chance, and then,
And there were maps in the middle there that were. I'm looking at that Clown with Hagglefish game. It was a power clamp and a single score. That was everything that happened objective-wise in that game. That could have been a lot of momentum changer, especially, and as well as that tower control game. That was a snowball. The rest of these maps just didn't feel close. So,
yeah.
We could be looking at in a different universe. We'd be looking at a 3-3 scoreline right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the first 2 maps being so swingy, I really thought we were in for a ride that would be a little more even. But Cascade, what great play from them, right? They popped the specials well. They made their plays well. And I think you said it. You said it too. Like, if they ran up and popped that bubble, like they could have made the play there, but they held. They waited, right? And it won them a match. I mean, that's some, what's the word? Not self-preservation, but that's a level of self-control. I think that I absolutely would have popped that bubble early. So it's stuff like that that really makes a difference. I think when you can really work with your team to score those objectives.
Yeah, I'm honestly amazed at how swingy how swingy they were in the beginning, and then the momentum just kind of turned into a wrecking ball.
Oh. Yeah, one crazy wrecking ball indeed. But I mean, again, some good Splatoon. Loved watching that. That was a ton of fun. Jeannie, it's always a pleasure with you. I always learn a lot.
I had fun as well, Bowser. I really enjoy commentating with you because you know your stuff, and you've got the them juicy. I was gonna say them juicy lips, but that's probably a little bit suspect. But you know what I'm getting at.
It's okay. The people know.
The people know. The people know what I'm getting at. But with that, where can the lovely people find you?
Well, everyone, my name is Bowser. You can find me everywhere: X45X, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, you name it. I made the name when I was 10. Leave me alone. And Jeannie, where can the lovely people find you?
Most likely here on Dapple next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, mark your calendars, everybody. Gold paddling pool this Wednesday. If not, they can find me here at Genie7, G-E-E-N-I-E 7_ on Twitter, no underscore on Twitch and YouTube. I'm once school's done, once chill season's out, we're gonna have a lot of content and a lot of little tips and trick guides. But right now, we're still in the height of getting into the exam season, group projects. So right now, just commentating.
I don't miss that. Let me tell you. And there's a chance I got to go back to it. Oh, my PhD is going to suck. But I think that's it from us. Jeannie, anything else we got to say on our way out?
We got to thank DJM for waking up at 6 a.m. to bring the lovely people the action. Thank you to the teams for being so awesome. And I honestly got to say thanks to both the captains. I went out there and was like, hey, I'm the media guy. You guys care if I do interviews with you? So I did some little interviews for them. I thanked them for that. Thanks for Alice, and Pinky was here as well for scheduling this. And with that, I think we're done here, Bowser. We're going to send them. Where are we going to send them?
I have no idea. I'm assuming production might know better than I.
I think I said IPL. I think you guys are going to... If not, you guys might enjoy Dude. We'll figure that out once we do the raid button. But whoever you go to, have a good rest of your day and stay fresh.
Take care, y'all.